Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here, and I originally wanted to do a video on the promotional matches for Pokemon Legends ZA and kind of just theorizing on them, but those have been kind of explained by Pokemon. So I was thinking, what if there are gym battles in this game? Now, that might sound crazy because the entirety of the game is supposedly taking place in Lumiose City. So how would that be possible if the only gym is the one at the Lumiose Tower? Well, I think that with every Pokemon game, no matter how they try to get away from the gym formula or switch things up, it always kind of comes back to the gym formula, and I have no problem with that. I like the gyms. I think the gyms should be in every game in some form, in some way, but I know some people think they need to move on or whatever. Move away from the gyms. So I don't know how far into the future that Pokemon Legends ZA is. Is it just present day with whatever game is going on right now? Maybe it's going on at the same time as Scarlet and Violet. Or is it a few years after X and Y, What's going on? Because some of the Pokemon games take place at the same time for whatever reason. So things are all mixed up and matched up and all that. Is Clement still the gym leader? Who knows? I think the best way to have gyms, in a sense, in the city is to maybe have like 4 or 5 different trainers who are the strongest trainers in Lumiose City. Maybe they're candidates to be the next gym leader or something. Those could be some sort of character that the trainer fights while they're doing this promotional match thing, where they're fighting other trainers and gaining ranks and everything. Maybe they fight a certain gym candidate at a certain level, and maybe that helps increase their rank even more to get to rank A and get their wish granted. I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea for the games to explore, and, they're probably not doing gyms because this is in one city, but, what if there were just strong trainers throughout the city and maybe you get some sort of badge or something? I mean, it could be very simple. They've done their version of gyms in the games that are unconventional. So in Sun and Moon, you'd have to do the Island Challenge, and you'd have to do a challenge set up by the trial captains, and then after that, you'd fight a totem Pokemon. After beating some of the trial captains, you would fight the Kahuna. So it could be a situation like that. In Legends Arceus, you had to face the noble Pokemon, and you weren't really battling the trainers, the wardens that watch these Pokemon. And finally, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's second DLC, the trainer fights these students that have set up their own Elite Four, and they have their own champion. So, really, these Pokemon games can just do about anything. I know with recent Pokemon games, they've tried to include a major trainer from every single type. I think they've been doing that since Sun and Moon. So maybe they could do something like that. Maybe there's special trainers in Lumiose City, each specializing in a different type. I don't know. I just think that we definitely need to see more of this game. And there is an event coming up. There's the Pokemon Presents. I don't know what else they could do. I guess they could show off some games and stuff. I was thinking maybe some spin-offs. Like, obviously I want them to go into detail about ZA. I want them to show how big the city is. I understand, like, in real life, a city is huge. Like, some people are like, is a city going to be big enough? Obviously, a city is going to be big enough. But, like, how is it going to be big enough in a video game sense? Is it just going to be the city? Is it going to be, like, the sewers? A lot of people have speculated the sewers. Like, what are the other ways that we can showcase the city? We see the trainer fighting on the rooftop. Is this like a Breath of the Wild situation where we have, like, the rooftops, the ground, like the city, and then the sewers, like the underground? Is it a situation like that? I don't know if I said Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, if I didn't say it properly. And as far as the Pokemon Presents that's coming up in July goes, I of course, I want ZA news, but I also want, like, some new games or something. It's been a long time since the DLC. I beat the DLC pretty fast. I beat Scarlet and Violet pretty fast. I want some more Pokemon news, you know, so let's just do like another mystery dungeon. I don't know why they've slowed down on the mystery dungeon games. Let's do another mystery dungeon. Those usually have good stories. I don't think Pokemon Ranger really works right now. Some people think it could work on the Nintendo Switch 2 with the Joy-Con, the Joy-Cons that are mice. I don't agree with that. I want a stylus, you know. When you think about like using your Joy-Con as a mouse, like what are you rubbing that on? Are you rubbing that on your pants? Are you rubbing that on your table? You know, I don't want to do all that. Just give me a stylus, you know. Let's just say, hey, you can only play this game in handheld mode, or give an alternate way of catching Pokemon. Maybe there's a circle, you have to press A at the right time, you know. You might have to change things up, but I think Rangers still could work. So we have that. I don't know if they would update the mobile games. Maybe like a new character coming to Pokemon Masters EX. New Pokemon coming to Cafe Mix. I don't play Cafe Mix anymore. I do play the TCG Pocket game. I used to play the TCG game, but they had like a default deck, and now they have rules to where like some cards are okay to use and other cards are like banned and stuff. So the rules change up here and there. So I wasn't able to get back into the game. I don't really want to build a deck, but I do know how to play the Pokemon TCG. They don't really talk about that game for some reason, but I'm sure they'll be like, oh, let's talk about Pocket. I think Pocket just made them like $1 billion or something. So yeah. I don't know what else. They could talk about more. They could talk about Pokemon Concierge. I've seen that. That's really good. So I know there's more of Pokemon Concierge coming, but you know, that takes a lot of work to make. So maybe just say like, hey, we're working on it. Here's a scene or something from it. 4 more episodes coming. I'm not sure what else they could really talk about. Maybe the anime, like new episodes coming to Netflix. I think a new Pokemon game would be good. I know people have talked about like, hey, let's do Pokemon Warriors or something. I think that would be awesome. So another spin-off. I've always been a fan of like, hey, how about, you know, you let another studio do like another Coliseum or something. People have said like these games were made to be like to showcase the models like attacking each other and stuff, because Pokemon games were like 2D for the longest. So then this is a way to show them off. But I just think like, why not make it a sub-series? You know, like Coliseum is different. XD Gala Darkness is different. So why not just make that its own series and just try to go all out, make it different, and you know, let someone else do like a twist on the Pokemon formula. But yeah, this was unplanned, so I don't really know if I have anything else I want to talk about as far as the Pokemon Presents goes. Hopefully it's good. I'm looking forward to it, and I definitely want more than Legends ZA news. It's, you know, it's been a while since they've done 2 Pokemon Presents in 1 year, so I'm hoping that there is more than just news about one game, and that would be great. I want news about Legends ZA, but I want more Pokemon content, and it seems like things have slowed down within recent years for whatever reason. So, what do you think about my idea of there being gyms in Lumio City? Like some sort of gym candidates, some sort of like top trainers in the area. You know, maybe you just need to fight them, to fight like the champion of Lumio City or something like that. Just something, just a little like gym sort of idea, you know, for players and everything. What are you expecting to see at the Pokemon Presents? Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm SirMel11. See you next time, and peace out.